Hey there. So it's a beautiful rainy day here in Virginia in the middle of November 2025. I can't believe it's November. And it's actually really nice out. It's actually probably low 50s, but it's raining. It's good. That's a good thing because we've been in a little bit of a drought situation. So I'll take the rain. But I wanted to give you all an update on my gardens. It's been a while since I've posted anything, and I wanted to show you some of the progress I made over the summer and in the fall, and what my last step for this fall will be. Today I'm going to be focusing on placing wood chips in some of the beds I established, and to one, help protect them from the, I wouldn't say it's going to be a harsh winter, but from the winter elements. And then because they're wood chips, they'll break down, and they'll break down over time, and they'll keep the plants warm. They'll nourish the soil underneath. They'll break down. They'll turn into beautiful topsoil over time, etc., etc. So that's kind of the plan. That is the plan for today. I'm going to do this in the rain. Why not? I need to get it done. So anyways, I wanted to show you my beds first. I'm going to show you the pile of the 14 yards of 14 or 15 yards of wood chips that I got from a local guy here in Afton. And thank Henry for getting it for us and delivering it. So we've been able to find some really great locals to help get us some of the materials that we need here, and help us out a little bit. So anyways, I'm going to show you my beds. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I planted and some of the progress I made from the last time we had a video here, and then I'll show you the piles of wood chips that I have. And you can see where I'm going to plant it all. Anyways, here we go. So these two beds here that you see in front, this is the front of the house. I started with this bed here earlier this spring, and then I added this bed on after I figured out I have a lot of water flow issues, and I've been continuously trying to modify it to make sure that as the water flows from up the hill here, it will go in a direction that's not going to wash out my water beds. It's not going to come in a direction that's going to wash out these beds here. So I've got a lot of plants here that will hopefully hold some of the soil in the future. I've put down these walkways, and as you can see here, I've started lining this with bigger stones. So hopefully, as the water flows from up top, which we've put a lot of stuff up top there as well to control it, but water's still going to flow downhill. We put some stones here to hopefully reduce the flow. It's not going to stop the flow, but it's going to hopefully reduce the flow a little bit and stop the erosion from happening down this end and in the beds here. And I've got all sorts of perennials, trees, there's bulbs in here. There's a lot of stuff you can't see right now because it's all, it's all done for the spring, for the fall. But I'm really hoping in the spring it'll all come back really, really nice. I've got daffodils and crocuses and lilies and all sorts of fun stuff. What I tried doing here is not planting anything that my friends, the deers, will come and eat. So not deer friendly. I've really kept that for whatever I'm doing behind the fence in the backyard. So over here, I've got some hydrangeas and some of those bushes that I planted, and my Japanese maples, So we've got a lot of stuff in here going on. I got some leaves, which is actually good. I'm going to put the bark mulch over the leaves. I've got some cardboard down here to again help with some of this erosion. So it just helps with the flow. I'm going to put the bark mulch over that. I've got the extenders for the gutters running all the way down. So we'll hopefully these bushes, as you can see, as they grow, we'll pretty much hide those. So that was the intent. So I don't have to bury them. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I can't wait for the spring. It's going to be great. Back there, eventually, hopefully, some grass will grow. I've got clover planted. Some of it took, some of it's not taking. This is going to be just a continuous, the water just washes it away. So I'm really hoping as I build out this walkway, it will control the flow. But I got some clover growing in there. So hopefully in the spring, it will come back up and this will be less of an issue. Over here, this bed over here, I have topsoil. We had gotten some topsoil. I've been working on how the flow comes, for the water comes down from down the top here. I've got a little walkway going. I started it and hopefully I'll be able to finish this in the spring. But you can see my piles of wood chips. And I'm going to take these piles of wood chips and I'm going to put them on the beds over there. I'm going to cover up this particular bed here. This bed here, I've planted some lavender. I can't wait for that to come up in the spring. It's going to be so amazing. I've got some perennials. I've got some black-eyed Susans in there. I've got some, let's see here, bee balm. And a whole bunch of, this is going to be a pollinator garden here right in the front, which will be just spectacular when it comes up in next spring. I can't wait. And then over here, this is blank. This is a blank slate right now, but I'll be able to show you right where I'm pointing right now. My new greenhouse is coming. I'm super excited. It should be here right before Christmas. So Merry Christmas to me, I guess. And that'll come and then I'll be able to work around that and build out the plant beds here, which this area is going to be more, I think, cut garden, excuse me. This is going to be more cut flowers, roses and dahlias and cosmos and like just anything I can grow that can be you know, from a cut flower perspective. And then that bed, well, it's not a bed, that area back over here, which I'm not going to do anything with this fall, but there's a lot of perennial plants down here. As you can see, these are more bush-like type plants. As I got like a whole row, I think I showed you earlier, I got a whole row of azaleas that are lining the pathway here. I got butterfly, you know, plants and just all sorts of pollinator, more bush-like type plants, which will complement what's going on in the front over there. I've got two, I think they're willow trees that are coming up over there that will really frame the house really nice. I can't wait. And then down by the drain field, that's just going to be wildflowers, a wildflower garden. And then back here, as you can see, these are the cypress trees. These are the first things we planted when we got here back this spring. And these are all the cypress trees that you saw in one of the first videos, which if you're interested, you can go back and look at. We'll tag that here. But yeah, these are my cypress trees. Look how big they got just in this first season. They're fast growing, and they grew a couple of feet. And they're really filled out. So there's a lot of trees, and this is going to actually be beautiful against the pine tree backdrop here. So again, this is all coming together. You know, we had a really great vision for what this front of the house area is going to look like. You know, we've got the shed. I got to clean out the shed. You know, we've got the beautiful house. We've got the backyards all established. I got the magnolias in from that I again planted last spring, and those are all healthy, and those hopefully will flower in the spring. And so next spring's project is definitely to start filling this in more. But I think so far, you know, we've done a really great job of establishing a base, and over the next few years, it will really start to fill in, and you won't even notice that this was all red clay. That's the intent. Like, you won't even know that this is red clay. And we've got our little road going here. With this is the wood chips that's in those piles over there. I mean, look how beautiful that is. These are beautiful hardwood chips. So, you know, it's a work in progress, but like nothing seems to have balked at the clay. I amended the soil to make sure everything that I did plant, you know, gets the nutrients it needs. Look at that butterfly bush. And that thing was actually pretty small when I planted it this summer. And a lot of these plants, you'd think I'd spent a fortune on it. You know, some I did, but Lowe's on the clearance rack. Honestly, if anyone's ever, you know, a plant lover like I am, probably a little bit of an addict, the Lowe's clearance rack is definitely the place to go. You go, you know, towards the end of whatever season you're in and pick up, honestly, they're perfectly healthy plants. And it's a great way to save money, especially if you have to do a big job like I'm doing. All right, well, I'm going to get going, laying down my mulch here. I'm getting a little wet, but that's okay. You know, this needs to get done. And happy watching. Two of the beds, excuse me, sorry. All right, so two of the beds are done. As you can see, I'll give you a little bit of a close-up here of the beautiful bark mulch. You can see my two beds are done here. Really makes the beds look nice. I really like the look of fresh mulch on a garden bed. Again, two really good reasons to do mulch. One, it's good for the soil and for the plants. And two, because it looks really good. So I'm not doing that back area underneath the stairs because I'm going to be putting up lattice at some point. So I'm not going to waste time putting that down there, and there's nothing under there but dirt. Anyways, this is it. These are these two. I'm going to go take a much needed break, and Elaine and I are going to go check out a brewery down the street. And then after that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on finishing the rest of this up. All right. See ya. All right, so we're back at it. We had a great time at Three Notch Brewery. Stellar, if you're ever down in the Afton, Nelliesford area, right on 151 is Three Notch Brewery. Great food, great beer, and now I'm ready to finish mulching here. So I've got that nice big pile of probably another 7 or so yards, plus about a quarter yard there. Gonna try to fill in this whole area here, and then I'll be done. And hopefully, again, that wraps up my fall planting, gardening stuff, and then I can focus my attention on just doing some yard cleanup, leaves, mulching, and stuff like that. So, all right, let's get this done with. Do some stuff to the corner there. That way I can get this down. Let's pile down a little bit over here. Definitely would like to get a couple inches of mulch. Hopefully to hold it in place a little bit. I'm just really hoping it doesn't all wash away next spring. Be nice. So over here, I've got some lavender plants, and I've got 3 bushes. These are double vial Viburnums. They've got really awesome orange, like red, dark red leaves that turn green. It looks like white flowers. It says baseball-shaped flowers in April, hence named opening day. So it's an opening day double file viburnum. I'm sure these will be beautiful come the spring. Half off at Lowe's. They were $30. I got for $15 each, so good deal. Basically, the long story short is I don't want to see the clay. I've seen enough clay this past summer for a while. Alright, time to go hit the other pile over there. Finish up this area. All right, so we're wrapping things up for the day. I've done about 4 out of the 7 acres, blooper, 4 out of the 7 yards of my pile over there. So I'm starting to dwindle it down. As you can see here, I've gotten about, I don't know, probably a little over half done. I still got a bunch to go. I'm not really sure 3 yards is gonna cover the rest of this. I may fall a little short. If I do, I'll call my friend Henry and I'll get another load. We'll finish it the next time. So anyways, that's it for now. So it's a beautiful day here on the ridge. As you can see behind me, the sun is coming up. We get some fog. It's actually really beautiful right now. And it's a little foggy, but to see, if you can see the sun coming up behind the pine trees there, it's just spectacular. Like, I love having a view like this in the mornings. Can't see anything over the the back there, but where the sun's coming up here in the east, it's just absolutely beautiful. So, so yeah, I'm gonna get going here, finishing up my mulch patch. As you can see, as I mentioned before, I got about halfway yesterday. I think this was about, I don't know, 4 yards of mulch, wood chips, I should say, wood chip mulch. And I probably have about another 3 yards here. I'm really hoping it's gonna get me through finishing this little area off here. It should. It won't get me all the way, but I'll have to call my friend Henry and get some more. But this is what we got so far, and I'm gonna get to work with this beautiful sunrise this morning. Oh yeah, and there's one thing I wanted to mention. I think I tried describing this yesterday, but I think the camera wasn't on or my mic wasn't working, so I'm going to try this again. I wanted to, for those of you who don't know, and something I actually learned from my friend Henry, was that the difference between wood chips and bark mulch. And the difference is with wood chips, they're actually a little bit more rustic. They're a little chunkier than bark mulch. They actually come from the insides of the tree, so the pulp of the tree, the core of the tree. It's actually really great for the soil. It breaks down faster than the bark mulch. Bark mulch is the outside of the tree, it's the bark, and that one's longer lasting. It's more decorative. It has no nutritional value for the soil. But it will last longer. So if you're looking for something more decorative, you go with the bark mulch. If you're looking for something that's going to be a future soil amendment, something that's going to break down and be able to come really nice topsoil, you go with the wood chips. And so with here, I have these really nice hardwood wood chips. And they'll break down over the next couple of years, and it'll create this really nice top layer of topsoil. And I'll keep adding to that, because this year I really don't need to be decorative. It's more I need the nutrients for the plants that I'm growing. So a little factoid for you. Something I learned from somebody else, and I figure I just, while we're here learning about stuff, and I figured I would share. So anyways, that's my little factoid that I learned from somebody else. All right, here we go. Still flowering. It's so nice here. Some of this stuff is still flowering. It's crazy. Middle of November. Decided that we should have another pathway here. It goes up there, and it frames that mulch. The bark mulch frames it really nice. Well, you'll see in a second. It'll frame it really nice. And then right here where this little opening area is, I think in the spring, I'm going to make a little water feature or rock feature or something. I don't know. We'll see. We have the whole winter to figure that out. But anyways, maybe I'll video that and you can see what I end up doing with that. But for now, I'm just going to tidy this up. Hopefully this doesn't all wash away in spring. Actually, I'll probably get some logs. Line that area over there.
along the walkway to prevent that from happening, or at least mitigate it from happening. I don't know if it's going to stop it, but we can slow it down. That way all this mulch doesn't go rolling down the hill. All right, that's a wrap for 2025. Put down some wood chip mulch in on my garden beds to protect them and nourish them come the spring. I really hope you enjoyed watching. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, if you have any corrections for me, anything, you know, please put them in the comments. We really love hearing from you. We will always respond. And we'll see you in the spring. All right, see ya. Bye. And today I'm going to be focusing on planting, well, not planting, oh my goodness. Today I'm going to be focusing on placing some wood chips down on all my, down on the, start over. Today I'm going to be focusing on planting, another blooper. And it's November 2025, and we're just wrapping things up for the fall. Put down some mulch. Let's try that again. That's a wrap for 2025. Put down some bark mulch, not bark mulch, do-over. We're wrapping things up. Pause, stop. I meant to do it the other way.